Well, hello, good morning, and welcome to the calm before the cemented 200 victories for the Cup in the Grand Prix, fighting in that top 10 in only their first year of motor.
Let's hear all about it straight from the Alpine Stars factory.
Bright and early, a bit crisp and clear here this morning, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. 40 minutes to our accommodation. You're driving through the Tuscan Hill, full of passion as well, aren't they? I mean, sore heads and some certainly very sore skin after the sun was beating.
The Rookies Cup action.
We got pushed wide at turn one after coming together of four. He's a bit angry, Alvaro, and he went, "Who hit me in turn one on the grid?"
Yeah, and I think, he'd said that after practice that he was
Encouraged to do, per se. I think yesterday was fairly on the limit of that. It was Riche Mouli who bagged fourth place, a stellar result from him. Very training incident or another series that he races in. It was Veda finished up in seventh place. That wasn't the full story, though. We had a crash just off the back of that group come the flag.
Yeah, and Hakim Danish, he said he did that, and he and Carter Thompson came from that second place.
Let's have a reminder of the starting grid then. Alvaro Carpe takes on Uriarte, Peroni and Danish, row 2. Row 3 is Pratama, but with that he's taken off from 11th. Then it's Christian Daniel, had a great off from 13th from Famara and Evan Belford. Ramersdorfer, Pons today, couldn't remember it, deemed unfit due to concussion. Great 21, then you've got Guillaume Plonk, Dodo Boggio, Kevin Farkas, and finally, yeah, I like to think so. It was weird because a few riders were Dyson Belford and Sullivan Mounsey were two real key riders for me there. They got respective
contention, and Carter's definitely got a boost from that, I think. He said, look, and than I did in the opening races of this season. So I think Carter and good result this morning.
And I think someone else who's really vying for that first going, the chainsaws blaring, the engines revving, and they're about to witness the
13 laps then of Redbull MotoGP Rookies Cup action, and actually have the slipstream down the very, very long straight here. From the middle of the front row there for the number 20. For Rico Salmella, I hope he didn't get a jump start. He was certainly very quick in pass by the 54 of Veda Pratama.
And it looks like Kilos 1, 2 and 3, but Carpe sides through straight back into the lead in there from the front row of the grid. He didn't go backwards like he did yesterday.
Dropped back, he got beaten up in the run into the first corner, but he's back up into. He can't let Kies keep having a point score over him.
And look at that though. Oh, blimey, that was so close. I think it was unfortunately Veda Pratama. It could have been somebody else though, but we will see. That was nearly very nasty. Veda is there, the 54. I think it might have been then with Lennox from
Mello Morelli, Peroni, Pratama. So absolutely superb stuff. And the 40.
They went wide, they both went wide and onto the gravel, unfortunately, and that's just... Yeah,
I nearly caught the back up. Anyway, right, it is Max Chies who leads across the...
And it's Valentin Peroni, the Argentinian, furious he was yesterday with that...
Advantage on the brakes, absolutely desperate stuff, and you can see that Rico's pushed...
Up into third again, trying as he goes up the inside of Danish, but not Italy as well, but it's Uriarte. Livid he was with missing out on the win by...
Place from the get-go than it was yesterday. Absolutely superb is Grillo Pugliese off on the green. They got to watch that. It wasn't till
today.
And it's Chies who has the advantage again, but only just from Brian Uriarte.
He's bitterly disappointed, very upset with that. He is determined to get a good finish. Oh, I can't actually see where's Christian Daniel. Oh, he's been pushed way wide. He's last on fourth track because he crossed the line in 11th place, but now he's stoned down.
Gonna be 5 abreast again on the brakes. Down at the end of the start.
That's there. He cuts across the nose of Brian Uriarte. His front air, 2 victories so far, 24 in 13th spot. So we have a leading train of 26 wins.
Late on the break was Morelli. Up the inside was Brian Uriarte. Season's been a bit all over the place, but he's way out in front now.
Many riders going to be thundering down into San Donato once again. It's Uriarte lead as well. It's getting a bit tight to where the bees are watching on for Alvaro Carpe. The fastest rider last time around was Leonardo Zanni. It's pretty hot today. So many riders off onto the green. If you're going to go that wide off, that's pretty quick. Although the qualifying pace was low, 2-minute laps.
Now yesterday's winner who has the advantage over Alvaro Carpe. Side on the number 13 into third place is Hakim Danish.
I think that's solely because, and that was Morelli having a big issue there with
in the lead group, just as it was yesterday late on in the race when those two bunches came to Salmella. who is having a much better day of it than he did yesterday afternoon.
The Junior GP Series. Fastest rider on track, Evan Bell, 2:00.8 from him. He is down in 14th place.
He said after the race yesterday there was no chance of doing that. He said just the bike knew right from early on it was going to be a tough race. He said there was...
He'll get a track limits warning soon enough if he does it one more time. That is a key spot. Ahead of Valentin Peroni, who just loses another spot to Leonardo Zanni this morning.
Yes, and it's really one of those races whether you're either over... Chies has got his head down, but Carpe, Uriarte, Samela, of course, it's so important, the slipstream down the front straight here.
Will they manage to reel in, Max Key? Going to be Carpe who leads them across the line then, fanning out across the tricolor. Back end of Alvaro Carpe, and it's Uriarte into the lead.
And it's breaking second gear into that right-hander, so it's super tight. These series of S-Bends, it is the 51 of Brian Uriarte, but only just from Alvaro Carpe.
Well, here's what happened. Both Uriarte and Carpe were livid yesterday. I think that cool-headedness and Max's previous lack of cool-headedness, this is a new Max Quiles, much calmer, more thoughtful.
On the head there, Matt, haven't you? Really, absolutely. Because it's no good just picking up him, because he's leading this race superbly. But let's see whether he out of the slipstream.
You've got to keep an eye on that 27 though. Rico, luck lately, misfortune of course with the cold tyres, stacking it yesterday. Commends well and truly in towards turn 1 then.
It's blue helmet of Rico Salmela in about 5th or 6th.
Hottest the track conditions have been so far this weekend. Riders, they experienced a bit of rain ahead of their qualifying session since dawn this morning. So I wonder whether that's
the times that Alvaro Carpe had a bit of a lead, but it's already evaporated.
Up standings as they were, so this would bring things right back. Clearly need to not let Maximo win. I don't think, but it's not a necessity right here. But what is a necessity is Maximo Quiles.
And these guys are going to shuffle around a lot. And out onto the start and finish straight out is Danish, number 13. 95, of course, it's Morelli.
Back waiting to see how the race transpired. Didn't want to burn up his time to make his move.
Right, well, it's a good second lap. We've seen feet off the foot race. That isn't the plan.
No, the field. He's moved up into 5th place then. He's got Peroni just
from the 51 of Uriarte, the 83 of Argentines, of course, in this race. Superb to have 2 men from Argentina battling.
Only a second off the leaders.
Yeah, well, that's right, the 95, you haven't really. Right, so Alvaro Carpe, can he make enough of a break of it not to have
the upper hand at this stage of the race, or do they? Are they biding their time?
One reported a real tyre problem towards the end of the race yesterday. Of course, slipstream down the start and finish straight. They pick and choose when they're going to pull out to go. Who's going to be the brave man? It's the 83 of Carpe.
Oh, goodness me, Veda.
Yeah, but Hakim Danish won out of that one, if you like, because...
from Belford and Boggio. Those are 4 riders I spoke to yesterday. Their main leading group, that's where they wanted to be, fighting it out for the win. This is a massive step.
That's right, and you picked that well, and they're going to learn, of course, all the time with the pace.
It's actually them still in the leading group as well, so hats off to all these guys.
The yellow helmet gets into 2nd place. He's chasing after the 83 of...
For the likes of Morelli and Pugliese in this leading group. There you have it, Morelli. Well then, Peter, coming around the final corner, it's Carpe leading. This is position to try and get that run to the line onto the final lap. This is where we're going to start.
Right, if they're going to do it, if they're going to make a break, this is when they've got to do it. I'm sure Carpe's so Mella comes fast, and he's suddenly back into 3rd.
Mella doing very well indeed. This is the time where if you've got the tyre line, he wanted that podium yesterday, just missed out. He's there in 5th position. He's Sal Mella. He says, I really need that second rookie.
3rd season, they know that they've got to make a name for themselves, and they're hoping.
Arrabbiata won, where Quiles was so strong yesterday. Carpe didn't, but Sal Mella makes a move up the inside of Carpe then. He's now in the
second of the winner, and they're not going to score a point.
And yeah, exactly that. And the pace minus Carpe's 1:59. Early 2-minute lap times, 2
seconds from the beginning to the end of this group as Rico Samela.
Smaller riders on the grid, despite having grown quite a lot today. This will be interesting as they come across time around. 3 laps to go.
And Samela went from 1st to...
Stronger from Quiles there that time around. Brilliant overtaking that. So wants to win the rookie Rookies Cup this year. It's his last opportunity to...
He really does, and it's just a little bit of a mistake from Brian Ariarte.
That was as awesome overtake as you can get through...
Arrabbiata is the corner that that Carpe says he loves. And he went through the Arrabbiata 1 and 2 quicker than...
Tayo then, one of the penultimate corners. So this is where the long lap this weekend in the race is, as Veda Pratama pushes for final laps.
Yeah, there's just 2 laps and a corner remaining there as we go, as Max Kies, yesterday's winner, leads them across the line.
It's the line, but Carpe moves over. It's going to be Salmela pulling out the slipstream. He's going to get the last of the late breakers. Dinesh making a move on the inside.
It is. And Rouchet's going to go for the lead, is he? No, he can't. Rouchet Moodley's got his sights set on that, as Rico Samela has as well.
So far this year, these are the riders. You've got Carpe, Morelli through this season. Rico Samela has a victory from 2 years ago.
By side again, but it is Carpe that has the advantage. But Kies gets...
Peter at the moment. It's just such clean racing at the moment.
Right, it's 28. It's Maximo Kies who has the advantage.
1 lap to go. He's absolutely ragging it round the final turn. With championship chances of everybody else. Bit of weave in there. We don't like to see that. Stop.
First corner, he goes up the inside, but it is the 83 of Carpe who has it.
Now, Peter, it's all on the final lap.
Ariarte, he's been pushed back to about 8th place.
Rouchet Moodley in third fray as well. It's all on.
Yeah, I have no idea Kies is favourites, but Rouchet's got ideas about it. Certainly some is an advantage here. Kies managed it yesterday. Can he repeat that? It's he's not going to let Kies do that.
This is one of the key overtaking spots. Peter Rouchet Carpe for the lead, but couldn't quite make it. What a run Carpe had through there. No
30, top 17, they're going to miss out in the points. I cannot believe that.
Carpe versus Keeles, I think. Here we go. Biondetti 180.
He goes wide, 83. Carpe goes so.
Connect with Keeles. No! Keeles!
No,
You can't do
no.
Peroni gets the win!
Peroni wins it. 70.
Controversy.
There is going to be, because I think